today? Are you feeling abundant, or are you feeling like that you do not have enough? Do you feel like there is enough? Do you feel like you are enough? Or do you feel like I'm lacking here, I'm lacking there, and there isn't enough? How are you feeling? Okay, so in this live, I want to share some powerful stuff with you guys. And I want to share with you, how do you shift from lack to abundance? So in other words, how do you shift from not having enough to having more than enough? And let's talk about abundance. What is abundance? Abundance simply means that you have more than enough. And as a matter of fact, your cup is full and it's running over. It's abundant. There's more than enough. Now, the abundance that I'm talking about is right in front of you. Now, you are being presented with abundance every single day. When you walk out your home, you see abundance of trees. When you look up in the skies, you see abundance of clouds. When you just take a casual walk, you feel the wind and it's in abundance. When you breathe oxygen, you breathe abundance. You know, when you see people, you see abundance of people. You know, when you see cars, you see abundance of cars. When you see houses, you see abundance of houses. So you are always being presented with abundance. Now, the question is, you have to ask yourself, are you living in abundance, or are you living in lack? Because abundance always shows itself to you on a daily basis. Do you even notice it? Are you aware of abundance? Or do you only notice lack? Do you only notice that, oh, I do not have enough money? I do not have perfect health. I do not have my relationship. I do not have the happiness. I do not. What are you focusing on? Because what you're focusing on expands. Now, the beautiful thing and absolutely powerful thing, when you shift your focus from not having to having, you now become abundant. Because you are now focusing your mind on having. And what happens is your brain's reticular activation system, the RAS, gets triggered, and it only shows you what you're focusing on. Now, one of the most powerful daily practices that will shift you almost immediately is gratitude. When you start your day off with gratitude and you write down 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for that's around you. You're grateful for your clothes, you're grateful for the food, you're grateful for the lovely sleep you had, you're grateful for the money, you're grateful for your partner, your family, grateful for internet, electricity. And as you're writing your statements of gratitude, you also state why. Now, the reason why you want to state why you're grateful for is because it actually makes you think and it makes you appreciate that thing that you're grateful for. So it's no longer just like, oh, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. No, you actually think, I'm grateful for my baby boy because he just reminds me of God. Whenever I look into my baby boy's eyes, I see God. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my wife because she's always supportive and she's such a great cook. I'm grateful for my body because it allows me to do this YouTube live and it allows me to move, to go to the toilet, to go for walks, to enjoy this thing we call life. So that is the first principle of shifting your mindset from lack to abundance. You practice gratitude. And the second thing I want to mention is the reason why you're not experiencing abundance in your life is because of your mental conditioning, your subconscious programming, and the limiting beliefs you are actually telling yourself every day. Now, let me ask you, what have you been telling yourself yesterday? What were your inner conversations yesterday? And what was your self-talk yesterday? I want you to take a moment and to think, what did I tell myself when I bought a cup of coffee? What did I tell myself when I made a purchase? What did I tell myself when I got ready for work? What do I normally tell myself when I go to bed? What do I tell myself when I wake up? That will tell you exactly where your beliefs are. Because you are usually telling yourself these beliefs, but now you have to understand it is most of the time unconscious. And you are not aware of it because you've been telling yourself for years and years and years and years and years and years. It's only now that I am reminding you, hey, what are you telling yourself? What are your inner conversations? And now it makes you think, what am I telling myself? When I make a purchase and I buy something, do I like, oh man, do you feel good about purchasing that item? Or do you feel like, oh, there's not enough, I have to cut back, I have to save, I have to be frugal? And when you maybe busy eating, brushing your teeth, getting ready, what do you tell yourself? Do you tell yourself that, oh wow, I can't wait what this day is actually going to bring me? I'm so excited because I am living my joy. I'm so excited because I know that everything always works out for me. I know that everything in my life is best case scenario. I know that my life is too perfect to be true. My life is too good to be true. That was one of my clients that got that mantra for life. She's like, yeah, my life is too good to be true. I said, yes, you're right. Your life is too good to be true. And it's only getting better and better and better and better. Why? Because you're infinite and you're limitless. So the you that I'm talking about is you're not your body. You're also not your mind. But you are that awareness that is being aware of your body and your mind. That awareness, you can call it spirit, hence we are spiritual beings having a human experience, or you can call it awareness, consciousness, universe, quantum self, God self, whatever you want to call it. That is your true identity. And your true identity is perfect, whole, and complete. And so you're already perfect, whole, and complete. But however, our human self, because of all these conditioning and programming, we've led to believe otherwise. You know, I was brought up to believe that I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of abundance. I'm not worthy of wealth. That's what I was led to believe. But I had to ask myself, oh, okay. Was that ultimately true? No, it wasn't. Well, my parents did the best they could, and it's not their fault. So I'm forgiving my parents, I'm forgiving myself, and I am not accepting that belief because it no longer serves me. It used to serve me because it kept me safe. But I am now ready to level up. I'm ready to shift. I am now ready to shift from lack to abundance. So I am worthy. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of wealth. I am deserving of abundance. I'm deserving of wealth. And I'm good enough to live an abundant, wealthy life. Why? Why? Because my spirit self is already abundant and wealthy. So I don't need anyone's approval or validation. The only approval or validation I need is my imagination or my spirit self. If I can see it in my imagination right now, it means that it is available for me to enjoy and to experience. The moment I see it in my imagination, the moment I feel it in my imagination, the moment I can hold it in my imagination, it means that it is now available for me. So if I want to experience it in the 3D, I have to select it. I have to choose it. I have to accept it and say, okay, I now choose and accept that I am wealthy and abundant. Now check this out. And then all you do is you remain faithful to this new story. So what then happens is your 3D catches up to your new mindset. So your 3D catches up to your imagination. So the 3D conforms automatically without you actually having to do anything. You don't have to change anything outside of yourself. No moon, no tarot card readers, no psychics, no God outside of yourself, no gurus. All that is required from you is to accept it in your mind. When you remain faithful to that new mindset, your 3D catches up and it conforms automatically. So what I mean by remaining faithful, not contradicting yourself and not wavering. So you can't say, oh yes, I am wealthy and abundant, and then later on you maybe make a purchase or you have self-talk or inner conversations and you complain about, being broke and not having money, and you're also telling people that you can't afford it. That's contradicting yourself because you just accepted now that you are in Barbados, you are wealthy and abundant, and later on you act like you're not in Barbados. So now what you're doing is you prolonging the process and you're just making it one of stress and anxiety for you. So you need to say, hey, I'm going to be serious. I'm no longer going to play games and I'm going to remain faithful. I am going to remain faithful. And you also want to ask yourself, right? How do you view manifestation? How do you guys view manifestation? Do you view manifestation as a problem-solving solution, or do you view manifestation as a lifestyle? I used to view manifestation as a problem-solving solution. Only if I had problems, then I would, oh yeah, I'm going to manifest and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then sometimes it would work. But then after that, I would live my life as though I'm not the operant power. I would, live my life as though it happened to me. And I would just wait on the weather, hope for the best. And if it's full moon, I'm like, I'll blame the moon. Sometimes I'll blame the gods outside of myself. I'll blame the universe. So because I viewed manifestation as a freaking one-time, solution instead of a lifestyle. When you view manifestation as a lifestyle, you know that you're like, whoa, okay, I am God. I am the God of my reality. So what that means is tomorrow is blissful and it is abundant and it's filled with miracles, awes, and wows. Why? Because I said it. I am the operant power. Because my 3D responds to me. So whatever I say, my 3D shows. Because I am the boss of my reality. I'm the God of my reality. Now life is no longer happening to you. It's now responding to you because you've taken your power back. So ask yourself, how do you view manifestation? How do you view manifestation? And also, you have to ask yourself, so where do you struggle in your manifestation process? Where do you struggle in your manifestation process? So for me, I used to struggle in contradicting myself and wavering and not believing that my imagination or my mind is the only true reality. I used to read, right? I see Neville says, you know what? The imagination is the only true reality. And I was like, okay, so if my imagination is the only true reality, so if I accept it in my imagination right now, it's a done deal. I understood it logically, but I did not live it because I would accept my desire, right, in my imagination. And then later on, I would look for validation and approval outside of myself. So I would go on Reddit, go on YouTube, Google, even though my imagination clearly told me, Gabriel, it is done. You already have it. There's nothing else for you to do. It is done. You already have it. Now, of course, because I've been there and I know that it's not as easy as said than done. Why? Because of our conditioning, of our programming. We were programmed to believe that our imagination is only for kids. You know, when you use your imagination right now, people will laugh at you like, nah, that's for kids, man. Stop daydreaming. What you doing? No, get a life. You see, because the powers that be knows that the imagination is the only true reality. And if they had to teach us at school the truth, everyone would have been empowered. The world would have been different. So it was obviously in their best interest to mislead us and tell us that the imagination is just for kids. So that's why we now have to unlearn the bullshit that they've learned us. They've taught us. We have to unlearn it. And now we have to now start learning the truth again. And the truth is that the imagination is the only true reality. In other words, it's the real world. And the 3D is the fake world. The 3D is a fake world. It's only a reflection. It's like a mirror. When you go to the mirror now, you know that what you see in the mirror is only a reflection. It's not real. So this is basically what this world is. It's just a reflection. This world is showing you what you've been accepting in your imagination yesterday. So that's what you're now seeing. Everything that you've accepted in your imagination yesterday It's now showing you. Now, everything that you're going to accept right now, the 3D is also going to show you. You see? So, and you wanna ask yourself, how would you feel if you actually trust that your imagination is God? Or how would you feel? How would it make you feel, right? If you had to trust that your imagination is the only true reality. How would you feel if you had to trust? You'll freaking feel empowered. You will be unstoppable. No one can tell you nothing because you now know that the only approval and validation you need is in your imagination. And whatever you accept in your imagination, it's done. It's like money in the bank. You don't even need the bank's approval or validation. Now, luckily for me, I tested it, I freaking tested. I said, hey, I want to actually see if my imagination is the real world. So I tested it for a month and I said, okay, I want to see this, I want to see that, and I want to see that. So every day I would do a manifestation list. And like I always share that I wrote it in I shared it in my book as well. And the book is called Become a Master at Manifesting. So I shared it in my book as well. And I tested it for 30 days. Ooh, man. I was freaking shocked because I did not just put, I want to see a rainbow or free coffee. I actually did some crazy stuff, like seeing different shapes and letters in the clouds, in the sky, seeing my name on cars, seeing like, I did like so many different things, man. It's things that I cannot refute to say that, hey, man, this can't be a coincidence because I wrote it down in my journal. So I tested it for 30 days and I am now convinced that the imagination is the only true reality. It is God. And that's what I do with all my clients now. I said, hey, check here. I want you to also test that your imagination is God. I don't want you just to read it in Neville Goddard's teachings. I don't want you to watch it on a YouTube video. I want you to test that your imagination is God, because when you experience it, you become unstoppable. Nothing can stop you. No one can stop you. You will be, when people talk about master manifestors, yes, you will freaking be a master manifester. Why? Because of that confidence. And that confidence came through experience. It didn't just come through you just reading stuff and hoping for the best. No, you lived it. You lived it, So are you guys feeling me? You like, because here's the thing. If you actually accept that your imagination is God and it's the only true reality, then you don't actually need to watch YouTube videos anymore, do any of these things anymore, because now it's just a matter of like choosing what you want and accepting that it's done and enjoying your 3D, because you now know that it's already a done deal. How do you know? Because when you accept it in your imagination, the 3D then catches up to your new mindset, and then the 3D conforms and reflects your desire, and that's when it manifests. But now you like no longer, obsessed. You no longer just living in want or lack, because now you know that it's already done, because you've seen it, you've experienced it, you've felt it, you've lived it. It's done. It's a done deal. As I said, of course, I'm not, just the, like saying that, oh, yeah. No, it's simple, it's easy and stuff like that. Of course, yes, it is easy and it is simple because we want to go with that assumption. It's easy and it is simple. But I know that, of course, most people that actually are having quite a challenging time is because of the past programming and the conditioning and the limiting beliefs and also the attachments, because the attachments is a big one. Because if you are telling yourself, I will only feel X when I have my desire, you are actually placing an attachment on your desire because you are conditioning your desire. For example, if you are telling yourself that I will only feel happy and free when I am financially free, or I will only feel happy when I earn $10,000. If you tell yourself that right now, you are now placing a condition on your desire and you're putting your desire on a pedestal and you're placing an attachment as well. Because, and you know that you are bigger than your desire because you are not just your body and you're not just your thoughts and your feelings, but you are the spiritual being having a human experience. Now that spirit within you is already perfect, whole, and complete. So you don't have to feel any type of way to have your desire. So if your desire is a loving relationship, and you say that I will only feel whole and complete when I'm in my relationship, or you want financial abundance, I will only feel free when I have X amount of money. Why can't you feel that way right now? Why can't you feel free right now? Why can't you feel whole right now? Why do you have to wait for your desire to appear in the 3D to feel a certain way? You see what's happening? When you place an attachment on your desire, you are actually putting it on a pedestal and you are telling yourself that you are not the operant power. You telling yourself your desire is the operant power. Because you say that, no, I can't be happy unless I have my desire. I can't be free unless I have my desire. No, you can be that way right now. All you need to do is just let go and release that attachment. And tell yourself, I am already perfect, whole, and complete. I don't need any desire to be or to feel a certain way because I am already perfect, whole, and complete. Your desire is only going to add more happiness to you. You don't need it to be happy. The money is only going to add more freedom to you. You don't need money to be free because you're already free. Whatever your desire is, it's only going to add more abundance and bliss to your life because you are already abundant and blissful. Because you're perfect, whole, and you're complete. And that's how you shift from a lack mindset to an abundant mindset. But it's a daily practice, a daily practice. It's not just a one-time, do your thing and then forget about it. No, you are practicing your lack mindset and your limiting beliefs on a daily basis. You do it every day. You ask yourself, what did you do early on? You practice your lack mindset. What did you do yesterday? You practice your lack mindset. What did you debate last week? You practice your lack mindset. So why don't you use the same energy to now practice to have an abundant mindset and accept that you are now abundant and wealthy, and just remain faithful to that. You will see that your life will change like night and day. That's why we created the 5-step process, the Bliss method, because that 5-step process, our clients do it every day. And it only takes you like 10 minutes to do the 5-step process. So it only takes you 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day. But that 10 minutes a day sets the tone for your day. It keeps you in check. It keeps you accountable. And you are now feeding your new self-concept, your new identity, your new personality. And when you do that every day, you automatically shift into this new version of yourself who now has your desire. Only 10 minutes. And the first step is clarity and focus. So you ask yourself, what do you really, really want? What do you want? If you could have anything or be anything, what would that be? And why do you want it? And you focus on that. You just focus on it for a couple of minutes. Because when you focus on it, it triggers your reticular activation system, and your brain is now only going to start showing you that. So let's just say your desire is $100,000, and you accept that you're now the person who earns $100,000. You are now the $100,000 man, or you're the $100,000 woman. And you focus on that a couple of minutes. What's going to happen is your 3D is now only going to show you evidences of $100,000. You go on Instagram, you're now all seeing all these affluent people. You go on Facebook, boom. You go on YouTube, boom. You go to shops, boom. You just now see evidences of affluence, abundance, and success, because you're now focusing on what you want. And step 2, acceptance and embodiment. So in this step, you're now accepting that you are the person who earns the $100,000. So you now ask yourself, okay, now, who am I as the person who earns $100,000? You know, how am I feeling as this new version? How am I thinking? You know, how am I acting? And you focus on this for a couple of minutes, and you just lose yourself in this new version of yourself. You know, you just think as this person, feel as this person, act as this person. You totally infuse yourself in your imagination as this person for a couple of minutes. You know, what this will do, it will now activate your amygdala, in your brain's amygdala. And your amygdala is just there to keep you safe, you know, from obviously, that's where, like for me, previously, especially when I bought my Range Rover, right? I remember driving it around and stuff, and I didn't feel like worthy, because especially when people looked at me and stuff like that, I didn't feel so worthy of it, because I didn't feel entitled, because I was like, no, I grew up poor. I'm not supposed to drive this and stuff like that. That was just my amygdala trying to kind of keep me safe from not being, you know, feeling disappointed or hurt and stuff like that. But when I actually accepted that, no, it's okay. I am worthy of wealth and abundance. I am worthy to actually drive a Range Rover. I'm worthy to actually, you know, be the man that has it all. I am worthy to be the man that has it all. And then I started shifting into that version and say, okay, I know, it's fine, it's okay, it's okay, Gabriel, it's safe. It is safe to be the man that has it all. So your amygdala now assesses the information and say, oh, okay, all right, Gabriel is now focusing on what he wants, so this is good. And your body then produces, all the good, the feel good, hormones, serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, and it's just like, okay, now all of a sudden you feel good, and you're just starting to actually enjoy the manifestation journey. So that's step 2. And step 3 is release and let go. So let's just say now that you are clear in what it is you want, you also have accepted you are now the version who already has your desire. And step 3 is release and let go. So you ask yourself, do I have any limiting beliefs or attachments towards my desire? When you ask yourself, your mind will give you the answer. So if your mind says, oh yeah, this or that or that or that, you just release it. You release it because when you release it, your body reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. So when you release, you are basically just getting closer to your true identity, which is perfection, wholeness, and complete. So whenever you release, you are becoming more perfect, whole, and complete. And you're releasing all the bullshit that we've been taught since we came to this beautiful planet. Right? So that's step 3. You release and let go. Anything that you are telling yourself, like such as, no, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm not good enough, this is not for me, it's not the right time yet. And like all these things that you tell yourself in your mind that's to do with your desire, you release it because it doesn't serve you, right? And step 4 is gratitude and love. You now express your gratitude for what is around you. Pardon me. You express your gratitude for your clothes. You express your gratitude for your smile. You express your gratitude for your phone, for the internet, for electricity, for the roof over your head, for the water, for the food. And when you do express your gratitude, always state why. Why are you grateful? And whilst you're stating why you're grateful, you just feel the love for these things. Feel it in your heart. Just feel it in your heart, because then it's going to become more meaningful, right? And then when you're done with your gratitude, just give yourself a big hug. Give yourself a big hug, kiss yourself. Become your best friend again. Become your homie again. Just give yourself a big hug and say, you know what, self, I love you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I know that I've probably been stubborn, in the past and all that stuff, but I just want to say that I appreciate you. I want to be kind to you. I want to be compassionate to you. I want to be patient with you. And I just want to love you for who you are. Just hug yourself and you love yourself. You do this every single day, you'll become your own best friend. You will have no problem hanging out with yourself. When you find yourself anywhere alone, whether it's at the grocery store, at the restaurant, on the beach, you don't even need your phone because you have yourself as your homie. And these are all the steps that we do in the Bliss method. It only takes 10 minutes a day. But that 10 minutes a day changes your entire life. It changes your life. You do it 10 minutes a day, but it sets the tone for your day. It shifts you. It releases all the bullshit. It actually makes you become homies and best friends with yourself again. So you see, our coaching process is holistic because I'm more spiritual, and I was grew up spirit. I was like brought up spiritual, and Kylie is more analytical. So Kylie needs to understand why does it say and why does it do as it say, and like she needs to understand the scientific meaning behind it. Otherwise, her mind is going to run like, you know. I remember trying to explain to Kylie the story of Barbados. She could not grasp that because her analytical mind says, no, there's no way. He's not in Barbados, he's in New York. But now she actually understands why, because of bringing the science and the spiritual together. And the last step is inspired action. So now that you clear step one, you now have accepted that you are the person who has your desire. You've now let go of all the limiting beliefs and also attachments. You've now expressed your gratitude for what's around you and for who you are. And now you basically apply inspired action. And with inspired action, all you do is just close your eyes and you say, now that I am the $100,000 man or the $100,000 woman, what inspired action can I take today? Whatever comes to your mind, you do that. You do that. And inspired action will be light, it will be easy, it will be fun, albeit sometimes it will be scary. Now, the reason why it will be scary sometimes is because you are no longer in your comfort zone. You are now allowing your state to lead you. And your state is obviously like, your state wants to play and it wants to dance. It doesn't just want to sit on the couch or be on, scroll on social media. No, your state wants to play and to dance. So you just go within and you ask, okay, now that I am the $100,000 man, the $100,000, what inspired action can you take? Boom, it says do this. Sometimes you won't get anything, and sometimes it's like small. Oh yeah, just message this person, email this person, do this, do that, start this business, start that opportunity. Boom, you're like, oh, whoa, I never knew. Like, boom, you start doing it, and then zoop, it blows up. And that's the beautiful thing about this thing we call life. You get to enjoy it. You get to live it to the beat of your own drum. So that's our 5 steps. And if you're interested in doing, or if you need help, and especially if you need help, you need accountability, because our coaching, we provide you with daily accountability. Because, so obviously we know that sometimes it is challenging. So that's why we're providing you with daily accountability. So whenever you need assistance, you just reach out to us and you say, hey, Gabriel, hey, Kylie, please help me with this. Boom. We obviously share how this, that, and the other. And next thing you know, you now have shifted into that version of yourself who has your desire. So life becomes more fun, more easy. You have more energy. You smile more. You're happy. And you're living a holistic life because you're now in love with yourself. You become your own best friend. It's not just about your desire. And very important, you now know through experience that your imagination is God and it's the only true reality, and no one can take that away from you. Why? Because you've experienced it. So if you're ready for coaching and you're ready to actually walk this step and experience this, you can just click on the link in the description and book a free discovery call with us. And we'll be glad, to help you guys. Do you have any questions? Do you guys have any questions? Yeah, Lion. You see, I love that. You know, I started view manifestation as a lifestyle. It's so much fun. Yeah, it is, right? You know, it is so much fun. Yeah, like, you know, Galata says that, yeah, I also believe it's a lifestyle now. And I have some issues with the 3D, but I'm working on it. And I know to stop, you know, looking for evidence. Yeah, because remember, manifestation is instant. The moment you accept your desire in your imagination, you already have it. It's instant, right? So there is no time. The only reason you're experiencing time is because you are creating time. You creating time with your mind and you telling yourself, oh, I'm only going to get my manifestation in a month's time or in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time. You have created the time. There is no time when it comes to manifestation. Manifestation is instant. When you accept it in your imagination, it's done. You are already in Barbados. Your job then is just to remain faithful to your new story. And your 3D then catches up to your new story in your mind. So your 3D catches up to it, and your 3D automatically reflects, and that's when it conforms, and that's when your manifestation then shows up in the 3D reality. But time is an illusion. We are creating time with our minds. So stop creating time and start accepting that you have it now. That's it. Okay, awesome stuff. So thank you guys. It's always a delight to come on here, share with you. And of course, you already know everything. You are the question and you also the answer. I'm just here to remind you that you are perfect, whole, and complete. And I'm also to remind you who you are. Because you are not the body, you are also not the mind, you are also not the soul, you are the awareness that is aware of the body, the mind, and the soul. And that awareness is infinite and it's limitless. And that's who you are. You're just having a human experience. So why not make it the best human experience possible? Make it the best human experience possible. You are God. Why would you not make it the best human experience possible? Why would you settle for less? Just make it the best. Become the man who has it all. Become the woman who has it all. Because you can. Why? You are God. Having said that, keep smiling and enjoy your blissful day.